George Gershwin's innovative and jazz-inspired composition Rhapsody in Blue premiered in New York City in February 1924. One music critic famously said the Gershwin masterpiece, quote, made an honest woman out of jazz. The Jacksonville Symphony Orchestra is celebrating the 100th anniversary of Rhapsody in Blue with two performances featuring the acclaimed pianist and composer Conrad Tao. Conrad joins us now. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you. Thanks. Happy to be here.
Yeah, well, yes, we're happy to have you. So you're a young person. You've already had an impressive career. You've the only classical musician to make the Forbes 30 Under 30 list. You've performed as a soloist with the Los Angeles Philharmonic, the Chicago Symphony, the New York Philharmonic, and the Boston Symphony, and your compositions have been performed by orchestras throughout the world. Of all your accomplishments, what are you most proud of?
Oh my God. Honestly, I think I'm just proud that I am still doing this. I started working very, very young. I started working professionally as a musician when I was 12 years old, and I'm 29 now. So I'm very grateful that I'm still doing it. And I feel very proud of the fact that I feel like I'm choosing my life. That's important to me.
You've had a career in music longer than most people who are much older musicians.
Yes, it's a side effect of starting when you're a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And how was that experience of coming to music as such a young person?
It's really fascinating. I mean, it's part of the history of concert music. It's part of the history of European classical music. I'm not the only person who started working really young. We have performers like Felix Mendelssohn and Mozart who started out really young. So it's interesting to me that there's a bit of a tradition in it, but it was also strange. And the reason I say it was important to me, it's meaningful to me that I feel like I'm choosing the musical work that I do today is, when you start working in any industry when you're a child, which we often don't even allow for good reason, it's hard to feel that sense of agency, let's just say. And so I feel very, very proud that I've continued doing it, that I love music still, and that I'm making what feel like my own decisions.
And has your view of music, your interaction with music evolved as you've grown older?
It 100% has.
How
I mean,
so?
I feel as though growing up in classical music is a very, very highly challenging, regimented, and field in which the work ethic and discipline that you need to become proficient at an instrument is quite intense, and I, in a lot of ways, am very happy with that experience and learned a lot, and I'm very grateful to know how to go through a practice room and how to be patient and how to, work hard. And yet also I feel grateful that I was also a teenager who listened widely and had sort of intuitions that this specific education that I was receiving was just one of many. And what that did for me as a teenager in terms of listening much more widely and engaging with the world around me beyond the sort of conservatory halls was that it gave me a wider frame of reference that allowed me to come back to classical music with so much more love for what it was, because there's a lot of power in understanding that what you are doing, what you were raised doing, is not a default so much as just one. So understanding that this music is one of many has been nothing but helpful.
We have to get a little bit to Gershwin. So this is a famous composition. It blended classical and popular music sort of for the first time. What is it that you appreciate or like about this composition?
Yeah, it's actually kind of like what I was talking about. I feel like the Rhapsody in Blue, when it premiered, was probably one of the first things that people in a concert hall heard that kind of insisted on American jazz and American songwriting as being things to really listen to and to afford the same complexity and seriousness that people afforded orchestral music that they were accustomed to hearing in a concert hall. So Rhapsody in Blue has always been a piece that bridges different traditions, that brings together different practices. Gershwin was a songwriter and a theater composer and a composer of dance music, and those are also dimensions that I think about with the Rhapsody.
And when is the performance?
Friday and Saturday.
Okay. And tickets are available. Pianist and composer Conrad Tao, we so appreciate you being here.
Thanks.